This is my first time here this evening. My name is Pamela, and it's actually only my second time at the microphone sharing what I've written. So I really appreciate this safe space, and I'm starting to realize that the beauty of life happens in places like this. So thank you for being here this evening, and I almost didn't make it even though I live 3 blocks away. So I can identify with everyone who has felt a little nervous being at the microphone. A bit of a backstory before I share. A year ago, this month actually, I was just starting the grieving period. So I had lost my mother, and my father had died 7 years ago, and so being parentless in the world was a whole new experience for me. And there was a course I decided to join, and I had no idea what it was about. I just knew the person leading it, and I thought, oh, I want to hang out with this person while I'm in this space of grieving. And I showed up online, and he said, all right, you all know the drill. I'm about to give you a prompt, and then I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes. You've got 15 minutes to write, and then we'll all share what we're writing. And I was like, I have never experienced this drill before in my life, but I'll just surrender and hear what the prompt is and then write. And what flowed out in that 15 minutes was whole, perfect, and complete. And I discovered a whole new side of myself that I didn't know I could fall in love with. And so on January 6th of this year, the prompt was, "This fire burns." And this is what tumbled out. This fire burns like a beacon in the night, calling me home, melting away the illusion that anything but that is my birthright. This fire burns, hearing of injustice and harm, transmuting it to fits of laughter and wholesome empowerment. This fire burns with an unstoppable aim, cutting through the noise, grounding me and those in my vicinity into all that is left, pure presence and love. This fire burns, turning worries and woes into ashes and smoke, illuminating the sky in glorious hues of charity and discernment. This fire burns from the dragon within, tolerating no bullshit. The victim consciousness fights to hold on to, even though it brings nothing but pain and suffering. This fire burns from the wrinkles of time etched all over my body, of a warrior woman who has seen and heard much of both life and death. This fire burns for the truth to be set free in all our vulnerability as humans, making beautiful mistakes in our attempts to survive. This fire burns all that I hold dear to remind me that even what is precious and pure to me now is not eternal, save for my soul. This fire burns for those who walk behind me, to learn from the lessons of those who walked before me and my steps too, so that we may all evolve and self-fulfill. This fire burns for a world awoken to the essential connection of our nature with the 2- and 4-leggeds, the winged ones, the finned ones, and the elements of rooted ones. This fire burns for a new way of connecting between humans and our planet, between humans and other humans, between humans with themselves, to go beyond our wildest dreams. This fire burns because it knows no other way to be than to burn, destroying without discrimination, yet in perfect synchronicity and guiding alignment. This fire burns in me, in you, in all of us, along the grid lines of ancient and timeless wisdom, connecting the seen and unseen. This fire burns for the now moment, not to get anywhere or any particular thing, but more here, now, in the seat of power and possibility. This fire burns for everything to be okay and for all of us to be okay to not be okay, allowing our human experience to unfold without meaning, but with a purpose of our choosing. This fire burns for the comfort of a kiss, nestled in the arms of a lover, swimming in longing and desire, and then floating on the waves of bliss. This fire burns for the pleasures of being spirit in human form, splintered off from the whole, replete with senses, to soak up the playground we call life. This fire burns for the exploration beyond boundaries and the discovery of new games, for the sheer joy of being unrecognizable to myself time and time again. This fire burns, and I feed it daily, grateful for its presence in my life and our relationship built on faith and surrender, forged from love and light. This fire burns, and I cannot help but be warmed by its flames, cleansed by its smoke, blessed by its messages, and danced by its crackles and snaps. Home. Thank you.